Hi everybody, I'm Bob Wilson. I'm a singer-songwriter in San Antonio, Texas since 1968. It's my 174th CD. I'm doing some how-to uh, videos for people. I'm passing off information. I'll be 70 in October. I've been in real estate business since 1974. I have a real estate management degree, and I sold real estate full time for 6 years. I've owned 23 properties in my life. I bought personal property. I bought I bought investment property. I owned about 7 rental properties. I owned myself and managed myself. Ooh, it's a lot of work. I did that. I had 25 tenants before at a time working full-time job. Don't ever try that. I've owned 10 ranches in my life. I manage hunting ranches, everything. So this video is not this the slick stuff that you get in the. I'm telling you, I'm just giving you my experiences. I'm in San Antonio, Texas. I've been here all my life, so I'm talking about San Antonio and San Antonio's real estate market and Texas laws. I don't know about other parts of the United States. Okay, first of all, let's talk about personal property. When you buy a property, it's something you have to, for your personal, you have to know what you're doing. You know, you have to do a lot of research. The area, if you're going to buy it by yourself or with your partner or the person you're married to, get into legal stuff. You know, when you put your name on a deed, then okay, it's your property. But when you put two people and y'all break up, you know, then you have to talk to an attorney about all that stuff. Okay, you have to everything, taxes, maintenance, everything. On homes, when you buy a home, a lot of them are 30-year notes. If you pay like $100 more when you're paying your payment, say your payment is $600 a month, and you put an extra $100 a month, the $100 will go toward the principal, because on most loans, like a 30-year note, the first 15 years is mostly interest. So you're not paying down your principal, which is let's say you pay $100,000 for the house, and you're paying so much interest. The first 15 years, you're paying the interest to the banker or whoever's carrying that note. You know, and then the last 15 years is more for the principals. If you pay $100 a month over your payment, then you can pay it off and save like $40,000. Pick the right insurance. Make sure there's enough coverage on your property. Protest your taxes every year. Even if you have your homestead exemption or your over 65 exemption or maybe disability exemption, whatever, it's better to protest your taxes politely. I protest my taxes every year. You know, they ask for evidence. They ask, okay, they say, I put on there, I did not do any improvements on my properties. And I always get it down like $7,000 on appraisal, lower, which will lower my taxes down to $50, $100, $200, something. But this year I couldn't do it because of the COVID-19. They gave me the runaround, and they sent me a 14-page rejection letter. Showing me the comparable properties, but I don't give up. I called them. They're supposed to be mailing me a thing where they're going to give me a call, but I protest my taxes every year. But on personal property, take your time. Take your time. Just don't jump into it. Let's talk about rental properties. If you're going to buy a property to rent, like a duplex or a home or multi-unit, in my years, 46 years in the real estate business, I've never seen no deals where you get $20,000 off and $40,000 off. It happens, you know, but in my personally, they try to get a good deal. Maybe you get $10,000 off. It depends on the property. It's hard finding people who wants to work in America. I'm sorry to say that. You have to know some people that are confident, that you have inspectors. Like I said, say it's a duplex, and you have to inspect that thing for termites. You inspect that property, for the roof, the plumbing, everything. And when you have your tenants, you be honest with your tenants. When there is a problem, you address it immediately. And when you sign leases, when you signed a lease for your on the rental properties, like I manage a rental property right now, on all the leases that I do, it's a 1-year lease. I put on there, this is not responsible for any accidents or incidents on this property. If you do not put that on there, they can sue you. You know, you have to have insurance where in case they sue you, you have to address all your tenants, you know, complaints or concerns immediately. I'm managing a duplex right now, and the property taxes just went up $1,200. But I'm renewing their leases, and I'm not going up on the rent because it's hard finding good rentals. From last I heard, the 55% of the American public rents, and in San Antonio, the is one of the hottest real estate market in the country, and everything's going to the roof. But it's hard finding good tenants. Number 3 is if you want investment properties. Now you hear about all this stuff that you go to these auctions and you get them for $40,000. Especially the hardest part, that's a courthouse. You go to places you haven't even seen. I do not suggest amateur people do this. I mean, it is tough. You buy a home that's worth $100,000. They want $60,000 for it. Okay. So you get to look at it. You bring in inspectors, man. You find out if it has a cracked foundation, if it has termites, the roof. It's hard finding good people that want to work and not rip you off. And here's the thing. You bought a property and it's worth $100,000. You paid $60,000 for it. You put $20,000 in repairs. That's $80,000. You sold for $100,000, right? Wait a minute. As far as the way I understand it, don't quote me on this. The way I understand it, it's 15% capital gains. Say you made a $20,000 profit. The government, United States government, wants 15% of your capital gains. So you keep all your receipts and all your things, and do not. I'm retired. I watch a lot of these shows where the amateur people buy investment properties, and the home improvement people ripped them off and all this stuff. So it's you got to know what you're doing. Okay, to wrap this up, personal property. Lots of research. Find a home you're going to stay at. You want to stay for 30 years. If you have it by your own name on it, okay. But if you are married or partners or something, you may have legal problems later. Remember that. If you have a 30-year note, pay $100 more a month, and you could save $30,000, $40,000 in it. Get the adequate insurance for it. Protest your taxes every year on investment properties. Find a good property. Always be honest with your tenants. Always be honest with your tenants. Screen your tenants. It's very hard. Screen your tenants. And on investment properties, it's very hard. You have to know this stuff. Buying a pig in a poke and on the county auctions, I do not recommend that. You have to go through that property inside and out and find reliable people that want to work and not rip you off. Okay, this is Bob Wilson. I hope you enjoyed my 46 years of real estate that I'm going to wait free. Bob Wilson Nation, peace out.